It's a full moon in Gemini, y'all. And as a Gemini, I can work with this energy. I can work with this energy. I can work with it. I could do something with it. So I'm excited to do this reading for you guys to see what as a collective we need to know about this full moon in Gemini. It is the last full moon for 2025. So I'm excited to see what messages come through, what channel messages come through for me and you. So let's get straight into it. I hope all is well on y'all end. Um, I wrote down some questions, but before we get into that, I did want to see what oracle messages come through first. This full moon in Gemini is so special because it is a full moon that's highlighting the intellect, the mind, information, and how we process things. And we are in a timeline where technology, information, social media is like something that we use throughout the day, all day, every day. And now that Mercury is direct, this is a good time to really put our intentions out there, whether we're verbally speaking it or we're writing it, and being optimistic about this, about whatever it is that you want. This is a great time to believe in your thoughts, believe in the words that you use and speak over your life, and to cleanse and clear anything that you're consuming, anything that's in your algorithm, and set new intentions on what you want to consume. What do you want to read? What do you want to listen to? Who do you want in your life? Who do you want to visit and see? The kind of information you want to digest, the kind of conversations you want to engage in. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of downloads like books, the library, um, sapiosexuals, like just people that want to communicate about what their intentions are in life. And you know what? To be honest, now that I think about it before I go into the oracle message, um, if you really think about it, towards the end of the year, because these are the last few days before the calendar year, January starts, people are going to start talking about how the year has been for them, what their new resolutions are for next year. So communication and talking is going to be a thing. People are going to be reflecting on what has come to pass, what all they've healed this year, what all they're still working on internally. Okay, so, or externally. But yeah, I think this full moon is very potent for people that are writers, that like to journal, that are petitioners, that love to read, that are easy or they just love to learn, you know. And again, I'm a Gemini, so I can work with this energy. This is just such a good time to put pen and paper, because when you put that pen and paper with this kind of energy, it just makes it more potent, more powerful, more effective. Okay, so we can't sleep on this energy. Can't sleep on it. So I'm excited to see what all comes out for you guys and me. I wanted to start with this oracle deck that I typically use for myself, but I'm like, why not share it with the collective? I rarely use this deck. It is a deck full of spirit messages, so let's see what comes out. Yeah, look at this. Intuitive nudges. Intuitive nudges. Wasn't I just talking about Gemini being connected to the mind? Look at that third eye there. Intuition is the language of the soul. Language is also Gemini energy too. Language. But yeah, intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine spirit. And I'm not going to lie, I've been getting a lot of reality checks since Thanksgiving. Like my mind has just been processing so much information. And with that, even my intuition has been telling me, I've been telling you this before. So I feel like this intuitive nudge might be a message for people that your intuition has been saying consistent messages this entire time. You know what I love about the repetitive message of listen to your intuition, trust your intuition? You know what I love about that message is that if you really sit back, go through your journals, listen to your old voice notes, communicate with your friends. If you listen to your intuition and you reflect on what your intuition has been telling you, it's been consistent. It's been consistent. And I think that's another message that's coming through with this full moon in Gemini, that when we're talking about the mind, confirmation, when we're talking about the mind can, other people can trick us. You got to be very mindful about the seeds that are being planted. And back to the algorithm and social media and communication and information and books. Gemini, this full moon in Gemini is going to remind you. When we think about the zodiac sign Gemini, Gemini is all about information. And this full moon in Gemini is going to remind you to be mindful of what you're consuming. Again, I can't say this enough. And sometimes if you're not that discerning or you're in the delusional stage, sometimes that Pisces energy will get you there. That's why I love that Saturn and Pisces transit that we're still in. Saturn and Pisces will make it very clear what is delusional and what's reality. When we let outside sources and information come in, it can dilute what our intuition has been telling us. And that's what I love about my intuition, my women instincts, everyone's intuition, whether you're male or female, is that it's been consistent. And I think this full moon in Gemini is going to remind you that your intuition has been consistent this entire time. What it's been telling you has been consistent this entire time. Okay? All right. Now, let's get to the 4 questions. The first one is, what is being illuminated in your life right now? How is this full moon in Gemini going to illuminate something in our life? And what is that? How and what? What is being illuminated? Let's see. Let's use some tarot. Full moon in Gemini. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? If you love to read, if you love to write, if you're a nerd, this full moon is going to help you out. You've been stuck on something, confused, conflicted, not sure, uncertain, indecisive. This full moon in Gemini is going to clear a lot of that up for you. What is being illuminated and how? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Let me pull one more. Who is the one that's been planning? Knight of Pentacles is very methodical, always has a plan. Maybe this full moon in Gemini is going to illuminate that you don't have a plan or that you need to plan something now. 10 of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. What is being illuminated in your life right now? I'm hearing for some of you guys that you guys are closer than you think regarding community, family, emotional fulfillment. You are closer than you think. It's right there. Now, earlier I got a message about someone that's planning. I am picking up that someone wants to get married. Marriage is important to you. So something about marriage is going to be illuminated. Something's about to be very clear about marriage for you. Maybe you haven't been planning for marriage, or you have been intentional about it, and something is coming right around the corner about that. I'm also hearing that someone is breaking some sort of pattern. Could be generational, doesn't have to be regarding marriage or a family unit. That's being illuminated. I'm also picking up that someone that didn't have a plan before regarding education, going to school, providing a better quality of life for themselves and or their family or their children, the fact that you're getting the plan together is going to bring something promising in the future. I'm actually hearing spirit guides say, thank God they're starting to plan. Like, I see like people coming forward now, and they're like talking amongst themselves, like, thank God they're starting to plan. Thank God they're starting to plan things. They're starting to put it together. We've been waiting. It's like this full moon in Gemini feels like a puzzle that's been like left on the table to complete, and some of you guys walk past this table, and some of you guys sometimes sit down and you'll put a puzzle piece there, put another puzzle piece up there, get distracted and go do something else, walk past it again, and now they're so glad that you're sitting down and you're finishing the puzzle. It feels like, yes, they're finally sitting. Like, they get so excited that you're sitting down and you're planning. You're sitting down and you're putting the pieces together to see what they're trying to show you that's about to come into your life. Knight of Pentacles could also be a guardian angel that has been holding that pentacle for you and your family. And now you're ready to receive that pentacle. They've been holding it for you. And now they're like, I'm going to give it to you. They're ready. I'm also picking up a Pisces energy is coming in too. Ten of Cups is Mars and Pisces, now that I think about it. Pisces energy, I'm picking that up. What is being illuminated? What do you want regarding community? What do you want regarding family? What makes you emotionally fulfilled? Yeah, they want me to circle back to that. That was like one of the first things that I was picking up. That's being illuminated. See, sometimes we walk amongst this earth and we don't even know if we're emotionally fulfilled. We think we are, or we know we're clearly not, but we don't know what will, or what is it that we're missing, like that puzzle piece. But that's about to get illuminated for you to know, like, okay, this is what makes me happy. Okay? This feels like also like an ancestor that's been very cautious about your blessing. Like, they don't want to give you something that you're not ready for. And I'm also picking up that there could be someone coming back into a family unit too. Okay. Let me pull for the second question. So the second question is, what are we ready to release? What are we ready to release? Full moon in Gemini. What is the collective ready to release, Spirit? Speak to me clearly. The Temperance card. So you know what this tells me? Is that you guys are already working on releasing something. You know what this also tells me? Like, this is very sacred. This is very private. Something that you may hold very close to you. You might not really be telling anybody. This is my integration card. This is the self-healing card for me. Like, I'm doing things one day at a time. I know what I'm working on. I know what I need to heal. I know what I need to attend to. This is like a spiritual practice. Some of you guys could be into hoodoo. I'm picking that up as well. What is the collective releasing? It looks like they already know what they're releasing. Just like this Knight of Pentacles that has the plan. Some of you guys are really connected to your spirit guides, your spirit team, your ancestors, God. And so I feel like you guys have a clear understanding of what you need to release in order to have this emotional fulfillment. Let me pull another for what is it that the collective is releasing. Some of you guys, what you're releasing is a bad habit. It's a bad habit. I'm also picking up self-actualization, confirmation, self-actualization. Okay. Let's see. Eight of Swords. A mental block. The collective is releasing a mental block during a full moon, and it's an air moon. Gemini, I told you it has to do with the intellect, the mind, how we learn, how we process language, how we our writing, our reading, our education. The Eight of Swords could also talk about being overwhelmed with so much information, being overwhelmed with like processing things. And some of you guys are releasing other people's problems, other people's karma. You don't want to carry it. You don't want to deal with it. Some of you guys may have been blindsided by something and Spirit is telling you, okay, someone just dropped this on your table. They just dropped it on your table and they're like, what are you going to do with it? And God's like, release it. They may drop it, but it's not mine. I would say maybe someone is emotionally dumping something on you, and maybe that could be the case, but I feel like it's what you do with the emotion that's being dumped. Do you just, let it pass, or do you process it and let it like fester in your mind? This is one of the bad habits that we're releasing, is learning not to sit in something for too long. I tell the water signs this all the time. Please feel what you feel and then release it. That's the best advice I could give water signs. Like, we are meant to cry, we're meant to scream, we're meant to go to the gym, but my God, release it. Especially the Cancers, they can hold so much in because they already by nature love to be in their shell. So you hurt their feelings, they go right in that shell with it. Release it and then come back inside. Because we know you're going to go back home anyway, so just I had to do that when I used to like work in corporate America. I made it a habit to separate work and home. Like I learned that really quick. I'm not going to complain about my work. I'm not going to complain about my job or anybody in there. I'm not going to bring the tired energy I may have had there inside my house. Separate. Once I clock out, that's it. And I feel like this is what's going to happen too. And for some of you guys, this is family trauma. This is like an unhealthy relationship, or this could be like the energy that you carry from that situation or person. Okay. I'm hearing someone say, kudos to you for breaking that habit. Some people, we are like empaths. We're like sponges. We absorb so much from other people, and enough of that. It's not necessary. The next question is, what should you focus on for healing and growth? For those that are married, I just heard your marriage. Married is coming up again for some of you guys. Marriage, married. What should you guys focus on as a collective for healing and growth? Not everybody cares for marriage, and not everyone is married. But that message is for who it's meant for, right? What should the collective focus on for healing and growth? Wow. Have the devil. It's immediately giving me like obsession energy. Remember we were talking about what are you guys ready to release? Some of you guys are in denial or was in denial about the very thing that you were obsessed about, even possessive, territorial about. What should I focus on, or what should we focus on for healing and growth? Let's focus on what it was that we were addicted to, what we were obsessed about, what were we possessive about, what were we greedy about. Heavy on the territorial here. Stinginess. It doesn't even feel dark. It just feels like a bad habit that we may have been like completely oblivious about, that felt like a shadow aspect. Yeah, this like feels like a shadow aspect. Let me clarify this energy. And the reason why they want you to focus, the reason why Spirit is saying focus on that is because if you don't, then the pattern or some sort of cycle just keeps repeating itself. That's the thing about integration. When you're dealing with the Temperance card, and you're dealing with yourself one day at a time. You're being patient with yourself one day at a time. You're doing shadow work. You're healing one day at a time. We cannot avoid the very thing that brought us to the point where we have to heal from it. So the Devil card coming in here about like for the question, what should we focus on, is the problem. It's the setback. It's the habit that got you to the situation where you're needing to heal from it. It's the person. Okay, and that doesn't necessarily mean fixate and be obsessive about that situation, the person. It's about acknowledging that it's an issue. It's kind of like when people say, let's call out the elephant in the room. We have to address what this is so we can move on from it. There could have been someone that was like had avoidant issue, like they were avoidant. They avoided it. They were in denial. That's what I was saying earlier. I was picking up denial. Clarify the Devil card for me, please. This could have been a bully too. So like, for instance, if what you need to release is something that's overwhelming you, causing you anxiety, stress, they want you to focus on that and how you need to remove the bully. Remove whoever is provoking you. Clarify this energy for me, please, Spirit. 8 of Wands. Remember I was talking to you guys about Gemini energy, like having to do with writing, journaling, scripting. Yeah, scripting, reading. The 8 of Wands is a Mercury card. It's actually Mercury in Sagittarius, and I believe we're Mercury in Scorpio, but Mercury in Sagittarius should be taking effect December 11th or 12th. So that's coming up next Thursday, next Friday, from the time I'm recording this, right? I feel like this is Spirit saying, write down what is it that you want to remove out of your life. Write it down. This is a time, I'm telling you, put that pen to paper and watch how things happen expeditiously. This is a super potent time to, like, when whatever you write it's going to be very effective. If you want to cast something out of your life, if you want to rebuke something out of your life with this 8 of Wands and the Devil card, this is a great time to get to scripting, get to writing, get to petitioning, getting to praying. Praying is verbal. This would be a great time to throw things away too. I even feel like with this question, what should we focus on for healing and growth? For healing and growth, we should focus on, like, write down what is it that, like, I think it's like just focus on what you don't want Focus on what is the blockage. Focus on what is the problem and write that shit out of your life. Write it out. This person no longer exists. Write about how your day is and how this, and exclude that person. It's like I'm hearing it's really that simple. With this full moon in Gemini, it can be that simple. Okay, the last question is, what energy should the collective embrace moving forward? Forward, forward, forward movement. And the interesting thing about it is, I have to circle back, your intuition already knows what you should be writing, what you should be petitioning, what you should be scripting, what you should be praying. Your intuition already knows. So if you're confused, don't, like they say, God is not the author of confusion. God is not the author of confusion. Lean on your intuition. Connect with source. Because they'll reel you back. They'll reel you back. Anyway, they'll reel you back. What energy should the collective embrace moving forward? See, I love this because I have to stop for a second. I love how the Devil card actually came here on what should you focus on, because this is the denial energy right there. A lot of us, we get scared, we get intimidated, we get overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, like it can't be. No, let it not be. Let it not. Yes, that's what it is, and that's reality. And what are you gonna do about it? If you have Gemini or Virgo placements, Penship is gonna go crazy. Penship is about to go crazy with this. You hear me? Child. This ain't the time to be scared. Write what you want and believe it's about. Believe it could happen overnight. What energy should you guys embrace moving forward? 5 of Swords. So I'm picking up that this full moon in Gemini, since we're gonna be writing and speaking and reading some stuff, many of us could be really channeling, like looking out for ourselves, making the best decision for ourselves. Why? Because we can't avoid what our intuition's been telling us consistently. The 5 of Swords is a card about winning and losing. Okay? The energy that you need in order to move forward, in this case, for this full moon in Gemini, that I'm channeling, is that you got to look out for numero uno. You, ma'am. Okay? Those that know that they're going to look out for everybody else, you good. It's okay to make sure you're good. God already knows that you are going to make sure other people are good. So by all means, please make sure you're good. It's like when people ask God for money. God's going to bless those that he knows is going to bless others. But that goes back to this energy right here. If you greedy, you stingy, you're selfish, you really think God's gonna bless you? So when this 5 of Swords comes out for the energy that you need to embody in order to move forward, I'm already getting a message like, it's okay to look out for yourself. It's okay to make the best decision for yourself, especially when God knows and you know that you're going to make sure that other people are good. Let me pull one more card. This full moon in Gemini is about common sense. It's about clarity. We're not being confused. Go back to your notes. Go back to your journal. Go back to your voice notes. Go back to that reading that you booked. Go back to that book. Look over the stuff. Listen to your intuition. Realize that the messages have been consistent this entire time. One more. 10 of Wands. There's the moving forward. There's the forward movement right here. Saturn and Sagittarius. 5 of Swords and the 10 of Wands is the energy that Spirit wants you to embody in order to move forward. Some of you guys are going to be doing this by yourself in the physical realm. At first, it could feel like I'm making all these decisions. I'm moving forward by myself. Where is the help? I think with the Swords card, with the 5 of Swords coming in, it's like you have to accept that some decisions you're going to have to solely make by yourself. And with the 10 of Wands, this is Spirit saying, you got it. You're strong enough to handle this. You're good. Trust me. You're ready for the responsibilities. You already know what the burdens that's going to come with it. And guess what? You can handle it. Why? Because you know that there's the bigger picture to all of the hurdles and the responsibilities that come with it. You know what I love about the 10 of Wands? The overall message about the 10 of Wands is that there's a bigger picture to look forward to out of a situation. Focus on the bigger picture. If you don't acknowledge what your setbacks are and what your issues are and what the problems are and all of that, you're going to trip and you'll be so focused on everybody else that you'll never move forward. That's what this 5 of Swords is saying. Like, you either can focus on yourself, make the best decision for yourself, or you can look behind you the entire time and focus on the next person. And when you do that, the journey up the mountain is only going to be harder because you're not going to really be able to see where you're going. If you're constantly going like this, I love how clear this full moon in Gemini message is going to make a lot of us. I love how clear, I'm all about clarity and the truth. I'm a very blunt person. If you know me on a personal level, I tell it how it is. Okay? So I'm here for this energy. Let's keep it 100. You know, that's what this full moon in Gemini energy is giving me. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Some of you guys, this full moon in Gemini is going to reveal to you what your personal demons are, who your personal enemies are, what really caused you to deal with a setback. And this could also be like you, again, breaking bad habits that have self-sabotaged you from progressing in life. Man, when y'all write this stuff down, expect to put in the work. That's another thing I want to give you a heads up on. Expect to put in the work. We got 2 10s here as well. 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Some of you guys are really going to get that emotional fulfillment you've been praying for, asking for this entire time. It's coming. It's been a long time coming, but it's coming. Again, I feel like there was an ancestor here that was like, we're going to help you, but we're not going to give you this pentacle until you're ready. Some people cannot come along with you. Sometimes a certain mindset cannot come along with you. You got to change your mindset. Okay? For those that are really struggling with confusion and stagnation, an Ori cleanse will do you good. An Ori cleanse will do you good. And watch how your intuition is loud and what? Clear. I'm going to leave it at that. Guys, thank you guys for watching all the way through. If you want to book a personal reading, The link is in the description box, or go to my about me on here. Follow me on Instagram. If you like my reading style, please subscribe, like, share, click on the like button, do all the things. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy the full moon. Take time outside to look at it. Bye.